Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure welcoming you here to today's political rumbles here in Core Web TV. Yes, it's an exciting moment I've been here this morning. Today being the 21st day of the month of December here, we are here to discuss these topical issues. The federal government claims that the interstate transportation fare has been slashed by half. How true is this, and how, of course, committed is the government in implementing this? And we are here to get the reactions of the people. How spread is this truth, if actually it's been invoked? What kind of categories of people or persons have been captured here? Because this is the reality. We have vast movements of people to different parts, mostly the eastern part of the country. People are traveling for the Yuletide seasons to reunite and celebrate the festive period with their loved ones and the relative, of course. But the unfortunate thing is that the hike of the transportation fare have capped up and about 39,000 naira this morning. And some said they have not seen such reflection over the claim of the federal government that the monies are being slashed. They have not seen the implementation in their own region or, of course, abroad or where they reside. Just for instance, like Oba, the investigation we made that it was not being implemented like the Okesin Transport Company, the Okesin, we have the E-Basin or whatever it's called. Here, people said that such is not, they are bearing the cost of the transportation and no government officials are there to implement such or enforce such if actually that is possible. I mean, these are private companies who are into transportation. You know, if the government is really committed, I've not seen such, based on the local regions I went, committed to this. Well, I want to know from the respected viewers if actually they have seen where such implementations was carried out and how feasible is that, because the same fuel is within 650 to 700. So can that be possible if the government do not take into cognizance how much these people spend, this company spends, yes, in ensuring that they maintain this movements across interstates? You know what that means? The cost of burning petrol or fuel is exorbitant, and you may not have to blame them for increasing the, and not only the cost of burning the fuel, the settlement they will settle in different road blocks. You see military road blocks, police road blocks. All of these things you have to pay before they will allow you to pass. That is why the price of transportation fare is hiking. Okay, now we have Mr. Chinedu. Good morning. Please, let's have your own thoughts about this issue. Good morning. Just we are waiting for you to react over this issue in just less than 3 minutes. We'll be winding up because here our own fuel is telling us that it has finished. You know, we run on data and these are not free. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure welcoming you.
Good morning, viewers.
Yes, the federal government claims it is slashing the interstate transport fare for the travelers. How feasible and realistic is that under these current realities?
It's an audio policy. It only exists in the pages of newspaper. That's how it is. The major players in the industry have not come out to issue a. They consult luxurious Bus Association of Nigeria, owners of Nigeria, all those, were they consulted? Why did they now single out few of them? They know that they will, and they start talking about this thing. It is not. We're looking at something that can affect everybody.
Honestly, you're making a very strong point.
You understand? Something
The
that can
association must be consulted.
yes, in this regard, and they will now issue a communique, a press release. Yes, we are part of what the federal government is trying to do. People will understand, and locations where such policies will be monitored or implemented
exactly.
will also be put there. But this thing,
For the public domain.
but this one now is treated in secrecy. We don't know where to go to access such a service or such a subsidy till now. So at the end of the day, they begin to tell you, I don't know why Nigerians are too gullible. That is just the truth. In Oba here, we have transport companies now.
Edison,
OKC. I don't know. Go and ask them now. 35,000 naira to East.
39,000 this month.
To East. So where is the 50%
Subsidy.
on subsidy of what the federal government is trying to say? Go to Nigeria now. Where is the subsidy? What I'm telling you is that these guys, they know how to run on audio policy. They are pure. This is a propaganda government. No two ways about it. If this thing that has no direct effect, at least on 50% travelers within this festive period, so it's not something that will be that we should anybody should talk about it. Nobody should talk about it.
Because if it's a policy of
I see this thing.
well public.
No, yes.
Of course,
and locations.
Locations is very key.
Where you have such where you assess such a subsidy will be clearly stated, and the major players in the industry will come out and issue a press release showing that they are in support. With what they are trying to do. That is just the truth. We are not hearing anything. We are not seeing people coming out in that regard. All we hear is go this that.
You slice. Where do you slice? For up?
Go to Oba. All these transport companies are in Oba. They are collecting 40,000 naira to East.
Even they don't hear.
Then where is the subsidy? Bros, let them continue. But I want Nigerians to know that APC government runs on audio propaganda. Everything about them is, you cannot have a direct, there's nobody who hold responsible. Even at the end of the day, I'm telling you, the money they are budgeting for this policy will end up in private hands.
Pockets.
And this is going to bring a direct negative effect on people who want to assess, who are bent on assessing this invisible policy. Because when you go to all those shortlisted transport companies now, they can do deal. They can do business. You understand? Because they know that federal government is not sincere. Don't be surprised that at the end of the day, when they want to disburse this money now, it is going to be next year, December. You apply, and at the end of the day, they sit on the money. The system is corrupt. We want to see a system that is based on institution-based system, not on individuals.
Based
not
on
on
data,
yes,
information.
yes. But this
accuracy of data.
This part of the country, we see human beings as institution. That is why everything is on the negative side. I'm talking to you now for the past 5, 7, 8 days now. Nigeria is totally blacked out.
Honestly,
No electric, no light anywhere.
I went to charge my power bank. They stole it there, so I've incurred loss upon myself, and you don't see the lights.
So that I'm not going to applaud anybody for this because I know it is a scam. They want to siphon money. You can't go to accountant general of the federation and ask him to give me 100 billion there,
Honestly, because I want to travel. Where are they subsidizing it?
This is what they do.
If I can have
They come up with a kangaroo cosmetic program like this. They use it to siphon money for federal national treasury. At the end of the day, they go and put it in the banks. Look at the banks now. The banks are collapsing just because Nigerian banks do not know how to recapitalize. Why is it difficult to recapitalize with all the money they have looted? Where are we? Why are the ATMs dead?
Because they're not empowering small scale.
They
are just feeding on people or the depositors' money.
That is what I'm saying. That
several deductions, multiple deductions.
We don't have institutions. They are
stealing from me, I and you. They are criminals.
We don't have institutions. Just ordinary recapitalization. The bank, the ATMs in Nigeria is collapsing. The investors are smiling, using people's money to do anyhow, and we say we have government in power. It's unfortunate, especially this festive period, where people want to travel to be with their loved ones.
Honestly,
you understand?
They have been hampered by the economic mishaps and the rate of inflation.
That is just it.
Can you tell somebody who buy 100 naira, 700 per liter to do such, to subsidize for what?
My brother, see, it is because things are not properly structured. Nigerians believe in individuals. The political system is built around individuals, not institutions. That is why I keep on saying it anywhere, any day. We can never get it right with this kind of mentality and orientation.
Honestly, it's quite sad.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why they charge exorbitantly because of the number of roadblocks on the way to the east. They have to settle the military checkpoints. They have to settle the mobile police checkpoints, the police checkpoints, and all. By the time you know it, the money they charge have reduced.
No, that's what I'm saying. That there's no institution in Nigeria. Those people who are saying one Nigeria, unity, they are running away now. They are running away. The damage the federal government is doing in the southeast is being experienced. People are watching. Children all over the world, they are watch developments. How the federal government, with their structures, has continued to subdue, suppress the southeast.
But how long will that continue?
Go to southeast, you count millions of roadblocks everywhere.
And they're busy extorting money, not just.
And they believe it's not like that. It's not like that in the north. They believe that Igbo man is rich. He can disburse money.
Isn't that an intimidation?
A race that has never been in government for over 60 years. Yeah, any police officer, any army officer you're seeing anywhere in the world today, they're always happy. That is the way to go. And by the time we begin to understand this thing, that this is how it works, we begin to have that orientation that this needs to change. And unless something changes, look at what the Supreme Court did. So they want insecurity to continue in the southeast. And that is why Supreme Court said that Nnamdi Kanu has to start all over again.
What you said, they want the entire economy of the southeast to be destroyed.
Of course.
Does that make them more happy?
No, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, when you see somebody like Nnamdi Kanu represents a race, Nnamdi Kanu represents a nation, Nnamdi Kanu represents the people of Igbo nation. What it means that the Igbo nation is in custody. what it means is that the consciousness of Igbos are being threatened by the powers that be. Nnamdi Kanu is the symbol. When you see Nnamdi Kanu, you see Igbo nation. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu is passing through shows what Igbos are passing through in Nigeria.
But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he's not deterred, he's not broken by that position of
That
the
is the,
Senate.
that is the Republican spirit of every Igbo man. Aluta struggle continues.
He said he will come out victoriously.
Yes,
But,
no,
is
no,
it
no,
through
no,
the same
no,
legal
Of,
process?
of course now. See, when a man is determined, things are being defined. Nnamdi Kanu is bent on defining things. He doesn't want anybody to hold him back for anything. And that is why he's determined to face this thing once and for all and get it right.
And that
Because he has a lot of information in his hand.
and that is for the advantage of all, not just for selected
No,
few.
when you're talking about all, you're not talking about Nigeria.
At all.
When you're talking about all, you're talking about the black race.
Passing the black race.
You're talking about Africa. The liberation of the African consciousness. That's what Nnamdi Kanu is talking about. That is why he does not want to compromise. Even though we have seen it severally, the Nigerian government, it has been part of them over the years. They can never say the truth.
But the CDS came to say that the Simon Ekpa and his boys are sabotaging their efforts of keeping Nigeria one. At the Senate plenary, what do you have to say regarding that?
I'm not going to say anything because, one, I do not pay much attention to what Simon Ekpa is doing, and two, his modus of operation, I'm not comfortable with that. Three, what I'm expecting somebody like Simon Ekpa to do is to continue speaking the way it will all go well for the Biafran nation.
But don't you think that is the language Nigeria needs at this time?
He cannot defeat Nigeria like that. It's just like what is happening in the Middle East. Until we will have access to certain things in terms of military operations, what is required. That's when we start talking about Nigerian government should leave. Both air, sea, and we are ready to defend ourselves. Not at this point when we know that we have no allies. We are still struggling to get the international community to back fully to support the Biafra movement. That is just the truth. But whichever way he feels that he is going to contribute to the struggle, positively, I'm not against that. I'm not against someone who want to do that. I'm not. No, I can never. But when you know that, you are carrying a certain, you are doing certain things, that will not produce, that will not augment what Nnamdi Kanu has already put on ground. Biafra is real. Biafra nation is no. I know. I'm telling you. Yes. Therefore, yesterday we spoke about what is happening in Rivers State. We condemned it here before the likes of Falana, Fashola them, and some eminent lawyers came out to start condemning it. The Rivers State Elders Forum condemned it yesterday. You understand? So we were saying that Biafra will come. We have already seen the legacies towards that direction.
Thank you so much. I leave you with this statement. Biafra is real. Welcome to Biafra.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother, for your wonderful submissions here. He said Biafra is real. Do you agree with that, or do you, of course, have some reservations? Please kindly hit the like buttons. Of course, if what we are doing, of course, you are appreciative of what you are doing, kindly hit the, of course, like buttons and share this video. Share it. I'm seeing 5 people here. Okay, just one person, of course, hitting the like buttons. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Others should also, of course, join that in hitting. Just it doesn't cost any much. It doesn't cost any additional price. Just to make sure that videos are being uploaded and it got to people so that they will know what is happening. Thank you so much, Comrade Chinedu, for these wonderful submissions here. It is quite insightful and very educative. And from here we go. Let's know what is your own take. Good morning, Juventus. Good morning. Okay, Mike Azubike Biafra. Wow, good morning. According to Chinedu, and I do agree with him that Biafra is real. And if you may want to, of course, reach me, I remain Chigo Zendibo, the host anchor, via the WhatsApp line 0806 422 8967. 0806 422 8967. Yeah, we are live here, live and direct, of course, to continue this reportage, unbiased reportage of events. We call on, of course, Mr. Charles is here. Mr. Charles, you are welcome to this wonderful moment here in Coweb TV, where we give in-depth analysis of events as they continue to unfold within the Nigerian state. Well, before he comes in, let's continue the discussion. Can that be possible where the hike in fuel have not been subsidized, and the locals, you see here, have not felt the impact of such subsidy if actually it does exist? We've not seen it. The commuters or interstate travelers here that surrounded us here. We have the Edo Park or the Bini Park, the Auchi Park, of course, people shuttling for Lagos to the eastern region, Enugu, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Imo State. They are also here. Upon inquiry, so we have not seen such implementation. People are just paying the full, of course, transport fare by the mercy of the transporters, but you don't have to blame them because they have so many bills along the way to settle. Of course, the militaries and the other police checkpoints will also take the share. You see, I've been where we were delayed for close to 2 hours by the military checkpoints. Is it military or mobile police? Just like that. You see, they ransack, even they search my boss. The man has to bring my boxers. They search women boxes as well. They will search everything, throw it up. Is that how search should be conducted? What are they searching for? Because the driver he felt he have given much. He gave him 200 or so. He rejected it. You can't imagine. They even have their prices, 500 or more. So how can such life be continued? How do we continue in such life? It is quite sad and very unfortunate, but that is the realities. So when sometimes I don't have to blame those commuters because they face a lot, even with the fuel hike, they also have to maintain. At the end of the day, you see that little or nothing is left for them to fall back on. So it's not a very encouraging business. It is quite sad. We have just a very little time here with us before we wrap it up. Christian, Christian. Okay, on this note, we may want to wrap it up because the signals is here very much heavy. Let's just take one person before we leave because the time. Mazi, good morning. You're welcome, son. Let's have your own take regarding what is happening before we call it a day. Just about 2 minutes or so. You're welcome, sir. Good morning. You're welcome, sir. Compliments of the season.
I wish you the same.
Yes, sir. How are you getting on with the season, sir?
You mean this Christmas?
Yes.
In fact, the
So that
situation,
the camera can get it.
the situation on ground does not reflect Christmas season, because it's like we are in January. Because number one, there is no cash flow. Number two, there is no light. Number three, there's hike in transport fare. Serious. I mean, transport fare has risen to more than 100%. People are grumbling. People are grumbling bitterly. To travel becomes a problem, and for somebody to eat self, talk less of traveling, becomes a problem because there's no cash flow. All this is compounding together, makes things very difficult to people. And no, if you look at the faces of human beings on this in this Lagos state, they are not laughing. People are not laughing because everybody is very the experience they are having is a bitter experience. Nothing to show that we are in Christmas season. Nothing to show. Everything is costly in the market. You cannot buy. If you take this 1,000 naira, it's like you are holding like ordinary paper. The money you are holding at your hand does not mean that the 1,000 naira you are holding in the hand does not mean that you can be able to buy something to eat. Only you to eat and be satisfied. You can't be satisfied with 1,000.
Just a minute. It's not possible.
It's not possible at this time.
Now the government
Talk less of somebody who has family.
families.
How are you going to cope with it? How can you cope with it? It's not done. This government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made everything to be very difficult. Nobody is laughing. Everybody is experiencing bitterness. Nobody is laughing. This is Christmas. Everybody's supposed to be happy because the King of Kings is being born this time around. Everybody's supposed to be happy and singing praise, worshiping God, glorifying God for his goodness. He has sent his only begotten Son to come and save us from our sinful life.
And just Christmas is just 3 days to go.
Just 3 days to go.
Today is 21st.
Today is 21st. So what
Just
are
have
we?
3 days.
So what are
Or just today is Thursday.
today is Thursday.
Just a working day. Just a day
Yes. So what are we?
for preparation.
So what type of government are we in? Okay. For example, now, if I venture, these Muslim people are celebrating their birth of Muhammad, can they make things difficult like this? The answer is no. They cannot make things difficult like this. People will see money will be flowing. They will buy ram. All the Christians, they only buy chicken and the turkey.
How affordable is that chicken now?
Okay. During their own time of celebration of the birth of Muhammad, their followers will buy ram. How much the price of ram? Okay, if you go price ram now, say you want to go, you are a Christian, you want to kill ram now.
250,000.
If you want to go buy ram now to imitate Muslim, you must budget like 500,000 naira for this Christmas. Only this Christmas, only that one day. Because even ram of 500,000 naira is a small ram.
Honestly,
It's a small ram.
a common chicken is 25,000.
If you want to buy big ram now, you budget like 1 million to buy big confirmed ram.
So are you aware the government said it's subsidizing interstate transport fare? Are you aware of that? Where is it happening?
Oga, let me tell you that promise is a scam. It's a big scam. Number one, federal government doesn't have interstate bus to start with. They doesn't have interstate bus. How can they implement it? You want to tell me that somebody that has been squeezing himself to make sure he buy 5 liters or 10 liters or 20 liters? Because you cannot see fuel in all the station, in all the filling station. It is only when you can be able to see one filling station that it has fuel. if you are sure that that filling station has fuel, then you can go there and queue, and you'll be on that queue for a very long time to get that fuel you want, either 20 liters or 30 liters or even 50 liters. You queue under the sun. Then when you get it finally, you now come and listen to Tinubu's fake promise. It's a scam now. Okay, has Tinubu given those transporters money to maintain their buses? Has Tinubu given those people money to buy tires? Has Tinubu given them money to service their vehicle? The answer is no. Then tell me, how can it work? How can that one work? You give them, you say you subsidize transport fare. Okay, have you given them money to subsidize? Have you given them that money to subsidize? Even though you give them that money to subsidize, are they going to implement it? The answer is no. So it is a scam.
It is a scam.
It is a scam.
Even the citizen does not believe in government policies.
It's a scam.
Some say it's an audio program policy, and it's a scam.
It's a scam.
Because it is not reflective of what is on ground.
Yes, it's a scam. Everything about APC government is a scam.
Thank you so much for your submission.
Everything about APC government is a scam. Nothing promised that is being fulfilled. Nothing. They can't fulfill any promise.
What do you think about the security of the East? As some people were kidnapped, a luxurious bus was kidnapped. Was it a day before yesterday? And all the passengers were marched to the bush, and nobody knows. According to by the last time I called in, nobody knows their whereabouts. These are people who are traveling to facilitate with their families and loved ones. Ended up in kidnappers' hands, but possibly ritualists or organ harvesting. What do you say about such a
in
the East? Yes.
Okay, I want to know the very spots in the East.
No, it's in the East. It is a night bus, according to the story.
Okay, night bus.
Night bus, yes. A night lorry, luxurious bus.
Okay.
Is it flying the eastern roads within the
between Agbo.
Exactly.
Agbo
Benin
Road.
We are kidnapped.
Agbo Benin Road.
Their whereabouts yet unknown. As of my last findings.
It's a pity. It's very, very pathetic. It's a pity. You know, in this season, Christmas season, many evil things happens. It does not start today, but this one now we are seeing now kidnapping, terrorism, and all the rest things that is happening is what we should not be anticipating. It is very, very pity for Nigeria to witness this type of thing. Now that it has happened, nobody knows their whereabouts for now. Though they are in the hand of the kidnappers, they are in the kidnappers' mercy now. If God should allow them to do their worst, that means the family of those people will be mourning in this Christmas period where they're supposed to be rejoicing. You get my point? It is a pity. I pray that the kidnappers should not kill them. Rather, they should demand for their money. And if peradventure money comes out, they should release them and let them go, because the human life is very, very precious.
How many people has the money to pay for a ransom now? Under this current economic reserve? How many people?
And that is what I cannot say. That's to tell you that APC, as a government that is ruling Nigeria, is just, we are in the devil's hand. We are in hellfire, because APC has no good things for Nigeria. Everything about APC is zero. Everything about APC is zero. So I don't know why Nigeria choose to vote a party that will not that will not take good care of them.
Someone said nobody voted them.
Okay, nobody voted APC. Everything about APC in Nigeria is zero. So we doesn't have to rely on the party that is fraudulent. It doesn't have to rely on the party that is criminal. We doesn't have to rely on the party that are very fraudulent in the attitude, in everything they do is fraudulent. They are not reliable. They are not doing anything good for the Nigerian people.
Thank you so much, sir.
So what we are saying now is APC, they should pack their load and go away from Nigerian politics.
Thank you, sir. Okay, give him. Okay.
I want to dwell on the areas of refusal for federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu from detention.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to react on the denial of justice by the Supreme Court, overturning the position of the appeal court.
Appeal court. You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome. What is your take?
I'm by name Prince Danudo, a native of Akwa Ibom, reside in Lagos State. You see, I want to be very, very brief. On that area, federal government refused to grant the indigenous peoples of Biafra in person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bail. Why are they panicking? Why are they afraid? And of course, I believe that if they claim that Nigeria is a state, as they claim, which we don't believe that Nigeria is a state, because if Nigeria is a state, I believe in everything they do should be at the umbrellas of the law. You understand me? But when you claim that you are governing a state, that Nigeria is a state
without the rule of law,
without rules of law, then automatically such a place does not want to be called state. Such a place is known as Banana Island. You see, my text says this: whether they like it or not, the body language of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention is clear to all of us, the Biafrans. And I want to quote him on his last statement. You see, what baffled me in Nigerian state, when the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out to make this statement, the so-called brown envelope journalists of Nigeria refused to circulate it to the entire globe. But if he come now and said that he has surrendered to the Nigerian government, which I know that can happen, the entire globe will hear it overnight.
The entire media, conventional media.
Yeah, the entire media. But Nnamdi Kanu came out and told them categorically that whether dead or alive, that he can never surrender to the Nigerian government. That he will never surrender to the Nigerian government. What do you understand about that? This is a man that is worth to, in fact, to be done. We are grateful. In fact, we are grateful to God that sees our situation and give us a leader of that nature. Whether we eat or not, in fact, seeing that he's alive, in fact, we are beneficial. We are good. Because seeing him is our happiness.
Can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu allow himself to go through the same process again?
The same process again.
Wasting his time.
No, that aspect left for the Biafran people. Because Nigerian law are not two, it's one. You get me? Nigerian law is not two but one. Being backed by the constitutions of Nigeria, a court of competent jurisdiction have cleared this young man and said that as far as Nigerian state is concerned,
No other court.
that no
try him
other court has a jurisdiction, any jurisdiction
to try him.
to try him.
Now he's going to lower court, high court.
What are they doing? In fact, even the lawyers that agree with this decision are also corrupt. You understand me? So my stand here is that all the lawyers should be sacked, and let's get a new lawyers to defend this matter.
The CDS, the chief of defense, said Simon Ekpa now is putting hand on their eyes. He's sabotaging their effort to keep Nigeria one. That the man is giving them bomber to bomber, woto woto.
I laugh. You know why I laugh? Do you know why I laugh?
No, sir.
The slogan here is very, very clear. By the Prime Minister of Biafra. What is the slogan? If you must ask me. The slogan is that I'm a Nigerian government. Recognize the 40 state. Release Nnamdi Kanu from detention and withdraw all your forces for peace to return. Then what stop Nigerian government? Why are they so arrogant, still believing that this gun can help them? I'm standing here and said it to the Nigerian state that with all their jet fighter and armor tank and gun, it cannot save the situation. Yeah. Rather, our leader said that instead of we to surrender, it is better all of us perish. And we are ready for that.
And the Biafrans are ready for that.
Yeah. They're not going back.
Is the first civil war not a big lesson for even the Nigerian government and the Biafran side?
What do you mean by first civil war?
No, the Biafran.
What do you mean by first civil war? Question here. Has the civil war ended in the lives of Biafrans?
Okay, it's an extension of the civil war. It has not ended.
On a daily basis, we are being brutalized. We are being killed. We are being murdered. We are being killed. Different policemen. You being them. Yeah. So it is
marginalization and subjugation.
so those are there. So it is better. It is better. We do it once and for all. That we know that we are in civil war with Nigerian state. Than for we to keep quiet and be there in silence.
Okay,
So
it is better you die fighting
yes,
than dying.
not die by
stand at home.
die gallantly with Nigerian government than for them to kill me in secret.
To add more to what this my brother was saying, since 1970,
Let's see.
Since 1970, the active fightings ended. Nigeria has been in a cold civil war. Get my point? Nigerian Biafra has been in a cold civil war since the active fightings ended in 15th of January 1970. Since that time up to today, Nigerian state and Biafran state has been in a cold civil war. Yes, it has never ended. I'm trying to tell you, to correct you what you said by the first civil war.
Okay, it has not ended.
It has not ended.
You are knowledgeable during the Biafran war. What was your experience?
I was one of the boys' companies in those days of the civil war. I was very young, very young, very tender. Get my point?
Screen, yes.
I was very young, very tender in age. I was one of the among the boys' companies of Biafra in those days. I was very tender. You get my point? So the way they trained us was different, quite different. Get my point? So it is not what I will come and expose here. You get my point? So what I'm trying to tell you that what happened then is still on up to today. It has not ended. I'm correcting your statement.
Okay, that it has ended. Okay.
Since 1970, January 15, the active civil war was pronounced ended, but it has not ended.
It changed that.
It changed the dimension. It changed dimension. It only changed dimension. The dimension it changed is cold-blooded civil war. Cold War. Silent, cold-blooded civil war. That is going on up to today. It came a point. So that's what I want to. That is what I come to correct.
Thank you so much for your submission, sir. Okay, your final statement, sir, before we draw the curtain.
My final statement here is for me to appeal with the Biafran people to remain resolute in this fight. That as far as our God is concerned, in this fight, nobody born of a woman can defeat us. Yes, they have done so to our forefathers, and we are the children of those lands, Biafrans, that grew up without the care of mama and papa. And today again, the same so-called Nigerian state are pointing us gun with a mortar. I think at this juncture, I think sorry is their name. Yeah.
I love your bravery and your commitment to that such struggle. People say that the Akwa Ibomites are not part of Biafra, but you have proven otherwise. That is a false narrative. That Akwa Iboms are one of the bona fide regions within the Biafran project.
You see, as long as we keep dwelling in midst of Fulani, you keep hearing this kind of statement. There is no Akwa Ibom man that will come on the camera to issue such a statement. Do you know why? Ask me why.
Why?
This is a state that has contributed huge growth of Nigeria. How do they pay them? Akwa Ibom man cannot become president of Nigeria. Akwa Ibom man cannot become vice president for Nigeria. Akwa Ibom man cannot become oil minister. You understand me? It's only those kitchen cabinet where they wash plate, because they said Akwa Ibom people is for boy. What an insult! Tell me, what an insult! What an insult! Then an Akwa Ibom man, we know this. Then if we come on the screen of the camera to tell the world that Akwa Ibom, which I come from, is not part of Biafra.
So was Akwa Ibom captured in the 40 states of the United Biafra?
Of course. Of course.
Which means it gives every ethnic nationality the independence to control their resources.
Yeah.
Okay, it's captured in the 40 states.
Yes, that is why the Prime Minister said, having presented this 40 states to the United States, then Inan came out and told the Nigerian government categorically, without further delay, recognize the 40 states. We drop your forces from this 40 states and release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for peace to return.
Well, thank you so much for this wonderful submissions. We are behind schedule. We'll continue this discussion in subsequent editions. Thank you so much. Once again, your name again, sir?
Prince Dan Udo.
Prince Dan Udo. Thank you so much for your courage and consistency. I do appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Just a minute, Mr. Charles. Good morning.
Good morning, Chigozie.
Honestly, we have been boiling here over these expressions, and that have taken us away from the main point. But this has almost engulfed our time, and it's very exciting time indeed, having such expression from Prince Dan Udo, who believe that Akwa Ibom is at the forefront of the Biafran restoration. What do you say about this slashing of transportation fare.
Once again, good morning, Mr. Chigozie. I have to go by this by saying that we normally address Nigerian courts as a court of competent jurisdiction. I don't think we have any court of competent jurisdiction here because the competency is not there and the professionalism is not there. Now, back to your question. In one of the radio houses, in television houses, that is Flick TV, I was among the individual that said 2 weeks ago, that was on Tuesday. Are you getting me? 2 weeks ago, I was interviewed by one of them and I said, it is high time the federal government begin to checkmate the excess of most of these people that own transportation in Nigeria here. Because why is it you always ask yourself this question, Mr. Chigozie Ndigbo? Is it only when Christians are about to celebrate one festive period or the other, the birth of Jesus Christ or the resurrection of Jesus Christ? Is that when they keep on having the the high price of transportation? A lot of problems keep on coming in. Now we are not only transportation, we're also into cashless policy. Now the federal government said they were going to slash the price to 50%. The question is this: before you slash what is being owned by a private individual to 50%, what are the areas you have put in place in order to meet up with their personal demands? That's number one. Number two, we are talking about fuel. One of the guys that we normally say that just buy a fuel of 4,000 naira, when you hold it, it looks like a fuel of 300 naira. Now, sometimes you can see the way most of these transportation people can justify one of the reasons why they are hiring, as in putting the price of their transportation into a very, very high demand. The federal government will witness APC as a class, as a political class that are nothing but very busy doing what? Giving us fake promises, giving us mouth promises, but they cannot implement whatever they are saying. I am saying this, even if the federal government will have to reduce this to 50%, yes, I'll be very, very much happy. But what are those things you could be able to put in place? This federal government, what they are after, APC regime, is a government that's always good at saying, but they cannot match action with words, or words with action. This is not the first time we are hearing things like that. Now, we are talking about festive period. From here to Imo State, Chigozie, we are talking about 33,000 naira as of this morning. 33,000 naira, as I'm talking to you, I have a friend that just told me that he's traveling, that he said 33,000 naira.
From where? Which part of
From Maza here.
Maza, how about here is 39,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How about here is 39,000.
Thank you. And I asked him, what Okesin here? Okesin is 39,000 naira from here to Enugu.
Not Maza.
So what are we talking about? The federal government, if they could be able to implement this, a welcome to the report. How are you sure these people are not coming in to also divert public funds into their private account? Because
I went there, they said nothing like such.
Now let me.
Where is it happening?
I will give you an example. Now, the federal government are saying that they want to slash it to 50%. Well, do you know that before this Christmas ends?
Which company? Where are they now? Is
Where?
it Jota?
Is it Maza or where?
I've been a first tag. Where are they slashing it?
What is being expected from this government?
Is it inside Alaosa?
What is being expected from this government is just for them to bring out buses at a subsidized rate if they really want to help the poor masses.
The government doesn't have shuttle buses.
I am just giving you an example. I am just trying to give you an example. If really that is what they want to do. But these people cannot do that. This government are just selfish and lying to themselves. They are just lying. They cannot, there's nothing like 50% implement. So the government of this so-called tribal regime, please, they should sit up and know that the poor masses, the average Nigerians are suffering.
Thank you so much.
You are here, you cannot travel to your village simply because you don't have transport fare. It's not a welcome to you have been away for some months, for some years, just for you to travel to home and celebrate with your people, even if you don't have money to give them. But at least transport money should be there, but you don't have. So it's a very, very shameful thing. The federal government are not doing anything meaningful to help the poor masses. Thank you very much.
We have one day in preparation for Christmas.
My brother, Mr. Chigozie,
so how prepared are you?
My Chigozie Ndigbo, honestly speaking, I will tell you, one have to say the truth. We are at the mercy of God. Are you getting me? We are at the mercy of God. Up till now, I've not seen rice. You don't have money to buy rice. You don't have the reason. You see, I said something 2 days ago, Chigozie. I said one thing that makes me happy is whenever I remember that every morning I will come out here and show myself to the world and tell the people what is going on in the world, what is going on in Nigeria. It keeps me more happy. It keeps me happy. But if it is being happy this present Christmas period, nobody seems to be happy except somebody who just come here and lie. It's only a true reflection of what is going on in Nigeria. The true reflection of what is going on in Nigeria is that people are suffering. We cannot buy rice. Please, we don't have rice for Christmas. So
Thank
no
you so
meat,
much.
nothing.
I think Mr. Ola Adewale made
Ola
a promise.
Adewale, good morning,
in
sir.
anticipation for that
Good-
promise,
good
we are
morning.
still presenting him.
Mr. Ola,
We have just a day to Christmas,
Christmas.
preparation.
So it's going to be, God will continue to bless you if you can be able to reach us, because Nigerians are not smiling. Nigerians are not happy. We are suffering. Look at the faces of Africans. Look at the faces of Nigerians. You look at your face. When Christmas is first approaching, you begin to hear people smiling. But look at the faces of Nigeria. Nobody is happy anymore. So nobody is happy. Very soon, they will only tell you that the millions of naira that we have in the Aso Rock have been swallowed by the transportation means. So thank you very much.
Thank you so
God
much,
bless you.
Mr. Charles. Wishing you all the best, SM fans across the globe. Wherever you might be watching us from, God bless you. Please kindly hit the like buttons and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. If you've done so, thank you so much, and we wish you all the best of the Unitides. Stay safe, and may you find opportunity, of course, to share your physical belongings to others who might, of course, not have anything to prepare for this Xmas. Wishing you all the best until we come your way in the next edition. Remember, bless and have a fantastic day.